Stop playing, girl, let me bless you. Oh, you, hey, you, yeah, nigga. Girl, what's over,
Hey y'all, it's your girl Lowe's Life, and today I'm back with another video. So before we get into this video, I just want to say a huge thank you to all the people that subscribed to my channel yesterday. I gained 11 subscribers in one day. Okay, is that how y'all coming? Y'all fucking with the kid? Okay, I see. But I just want to say thank you and shout out to all my friends that posted it on their stories, their Instagram stories, Snapchat stories. I really appreciate y'all so much. Y'all just don't even know. And yeah. Oh, like I said, you know, I'm gonna be coming on here barefaced because really this is really how I am. I really don't do too much, but I just put a little lip gloss and earring, you know, I'm ready to go. Okay. So today I'm gonna be doing a story time. Now before we start the story time, please like, comment, and subscribe because it's free, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna make a disclaimer before I start this little story time, because when I filmed this on my other channel, well, not on my other channel, when I filmed this video before, you know, I got a little backlash on it. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna say this. This story time involves me because it happened to me. I'm not telling nobody else's story. I'm telling the story and how it affected me. Okay? Okay. That's that. And if you don't like it, tune the fuck out. But you must like it because you tuned the fuck in. No, let me stop. But yeah, so without further ado, let's get straight into the story time. Okay, so this story time takes place my senior year of high school. Yeah, and if y'all didn't know, I'm about to be a junior in college. I'm gonna graduate. Let's hope. Fingers crossed. But yeah, this happened like a little while ago, and I still can't even believe it happened to me, but it's just like, you know, it's a good, like, I guess, learning lesson, I guess. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so basically we're gonna give people some code names. So we're gonna start off with this boy and we're gonna call him Maroon. I'm gonna do colors for some people because it's just easier like that. So the relationship between me and Maroon was this. We were family friends, you know what I'm saying? Maroon, we were family friends. And like we were like acquaintances. Like if I saw him, I would say hey, bye, like keep it pushing, cool. We didn't become close till my junior year of high school, and that was like after spring break. Yeah, so we didn't become cool till then. And yeah, so long story short, basically he started like having feelings for me, but I didn't really think they were genuine because like Maroon played a lot, so I didn't think he was serious. And you gotta understand, I ain't never had no boyfriend before. I ain't never had no kiss before. So, you know, I wasn't, you know, bumping and grinding. I wasn't doing none of that. I was just being 11th grade Laura, childish, immature, but still having fun, kind of, whatever. So that was me. So I didn't think he was serious. Fast forward to the summer, I ended up going to England that summer. Just, you know, like my mom let me go to England to go visit my aunt. It was fun, cool. I came back and I think I needed like some hair products. And at the time I could drive, but I couldn't drive at the same time because I had gotten into a car accident before I went to England. So I really wasn't trying to say, hey, can I use the car? Because I didn't have time for my parents to be like, so you can crash the car. I was like, okay, chill. So I asked him to take me to Ulta to go get some hair products. So I got my hair products, and I don't know, like I was feeling some type of way, like between me and him, kind of. I didn't know, like I thought I was tripping, but you know, I don't like to be in denial about feelings. I feel like you should just be real. If you got feelings for that nigga, you got feelings for him. If you don't, you don't. So I remember we was in a car, and Maroon starts playing, I'm gonna put the song in here. I think it's Whatever You Need by Meek Mill. I know it's by somebody else. It might be by somebody else, but he was playing the Meek Mill version. Cool. He playing it in the car. I'm like, listening to it, you know. I'm like, okay. It was a little vibe. I was like, okay, I don't know what's going on, but I kind of like it. Cool. So then school starts, and you gotta understand, like, with Maroon, like, I don't want to say Maroon was like, how will I put it would be without being rude? Like, Maroon wasn't all that 11th grade year. Like, he was just, you know, he was just like one of them kids. He was just one of them, like, he was just regular, like, nothing special about him. I don't think he had, like, girls flocking towards him. Like, he was just, but that didn't really bother me, like. And another thing I want to say is, I never made Maroon feel like, I never tried to belittle him for liking me. Like, I was still friends with him, like, really good friends with him. I would never do that because I wouldn't want somebody to do that to me. You know, it's just the principle. So, first day school starts, and I don't know, like, Maroon was just looking kind of good. I mean, I don't feel like, what? I do not feel like that towards him now. But at the time, my little 12th grade mind, I was just like, Maroon looking kind of cute. So I remember I was on the phone with my bestie, and I was like, is it just me, or is Maroon just looking kind of cute? And of course you're gonna say it's just you. I'm like, okay. And so that's when I knew, like, okay, I think I like him now. So then Hurricane Harvey hits. If you're from Houston, you know, like, that was probably like one of the worst hurricanes ever. Not really, but it was a bad hurricane basically. And so we didn't go to school for a little bit, and, you know, I'm still having these feelings about, oh dude, you know what I'm saying? But the thing about Hurricane Harvey, I did not think it was gonna bring a real storm and wreck my freaking life. No, I'm just playing, let me not. But after Hurricane Harvey, we came back to school, and there was a new girl in town, and we just gonna call her Susie Q. So I failed to tell my other friends that I liked Maroon, because I think, like, my friends knew that Maroon liked me, but they knew I didn't like him, but they didn't know that I changed my mind and said, I think I want to, you know, mess with Maroon. So they basically, because they were all in class with Susie Q, so they basically kind of like pushed Susie Q and Maroon together. So of course I was kind of upset about that, because I was just like, dang, y'all ain't even like tell me, warn me. But that's neither here or there. You know, I was upset about it, and when I look back at it, I had a little bit of right to be upset, but not at the same time, because I felt like sometimes they kind of OD'd it when it came to Susie Q and Maroon, and they didn't really take in my feelings, being that they were my friends. Cool. So, you know, and then just to make a long story short, because that's not the real story, but I have to give you some background so you kind of understand what's going on. Just know that it was just a love triangle between Maroon, me, and Susie Q. So he was just going between me and her, telling us one thing, telling us another. Cool. You know what I'm saying? And of course, you guys have to understand, I ain't never been in no type of situation like this before. So I handled it so poorly. Like, I could have done a better job of handling the situation, but I think I handled it really bad because I put too much emotion into it. Like, the moment he said he wanted to mess with Susie Q, I should have just left him alone. What ended up happening is I wanted to cut him off completely because I knew I couldn't handle it. But it was more so like, he was just like, so you really gonna stop being friends with me because I want to mess with somebody else? And it didn't sound right. I was just like, so I basically considered his feelings before mine, and I really should have considered mine before his. I should have been selfish, because at the end of the day, I was gonna be the one hurt and he gonna be happy. Cool. So before we fast forward, we gotta bring in a new character. We gonna call her Pink. Now, I was cool with Pink, despite what other people said about Pink. People didn't really like Pink like that, but I was like, I've never been the type of person to let somebody's opinion about somebody else dictate how I'm gonna act. So I was cool with Pink. I was helping Pink with dances. If y'all didn't know, I was ASA coordinator. dance coordinator that year. So I was helping her with the dances, making sure she got it, cool. And you know, I thought Pink was really cool, and I thought Pink had my back. Like she even like one of the people that would go up to Maroon and be like, you know, this ain't right what you doing to Laura. Like, you know, you and Laura supposed to be together. Basically trying to help a girl out, because I ain't had no options, and I wanted the dude, but he didn't want me. He was on to the next person. So I was like, okay. So I didn't, you know, I'm thinking like Pink is my friend. You know, like I'm cool with her. I like her. You know, I would do anything for her because that is my friend. Or so I thought. So we're gonna fast forward to spring semester, January, okay? And there's a basketball game. It's between my school and another school that's like on the other side, literally like on the other side, like 10 minutes away. So we weren't rivals, but just know like that game finna be good. You know what I'm saying? The basketball game finna be good. So I went, you know, and you know, I'm chilling, having a good time. I knew Maroon was gonna be there, but that didn't really bother me. I was just like, you know, I'm here to have fun. I'm here to watch the game. Cool. So my bestie was with Maroon and Pink was with Maroon. But I did not think too much of it because at the same time we were all cool. So who am I to be like, y'all cannot mess with him because I'm not talking to him at the moment. Y'all can't do that. I'm not that type of person. So like it didn't really bother me that like my best friend was talking to him and that Pink was talking to him, because at the end of the day, them is his friends too, just like they're my friends. Cool. So whoop-de-woo, the basketball game ends, we end up losing, cool, we go home, cool. The next day, now this is where it gets hot and spicy, and I ain't talking no McDonald's. So it's Saturday morning, cool. I think my parents had to go to like a wedding, so it's literally me and my sisters just in the house, cool. So my friend, we are gonna call him Blue. So my friend Blue on his Snapchat is like, who can I pull up on? And I'm like, hey, pull up on me. Because like I'm bored, like I ain't got nothing to do. So I'm like, pull up on me. And I'm like, bring donuts too. Because I don't know why I said bring donuts, but I said bring donuts. So yeah. So then as Blue is coming to my house or whatever, I get a Snapchat from another friend. We gonna call him Red. That's what we gonna call him. So I get a Snapchat from Red, and it's like, I can't even remember what the Snapchat said, but it says something like, get your friend, or something like that. I'm looking at the Snapchat like, what is he talking about? Get my friend? What? What? I'm confused. What friend? So I think that's literally what I typed. What friend? So he's like, Pink. I'm like, what? So by the time like I send that message to him, Blue is outside my house. I'm sorry. So Blue is literally at my house. So something just told me that whatever information Red is telling me, Blue is gonna know. Like, no, I'm trying to think, what made me think that like Blue would know this? Oh, that's what made me think that. I thought that Blue would know because Pink used to mess with Blue in the past, okay? So that's what made me think, like when he told me that get my friend Pink, I was like, okay. So as Blue is pulling up to my house, I literally stopped him dead in his tracks, and I'm like, what is Red talking about? And so he's shaking in his boots, like he already knew, and I was just like, what? Like, this is really crazy to me. Mind you, Blue used to go to our school, but he didn't go to our school anymore. So I'm like, damn, like, how is information flying like this? Like, what's going on? So Blue's shaking in his boots. He don't want to tell me. He's like, it's not my place to say. So I'm like, all right, cool. Get into the house, and I call Red. I'm calling Red, you know? So he picks up, and I'm like, Red, what are you talking about? And so Red was like, your friend has gone from Blue to me and now to Maroon. Side note, if y'all didn't know, I have to add this part in there. Pink also messed with Red like around December-ish time when they messed around with each other. Cool. So y'all can understand. So that's why he said she's went from blue to me and not to maroon. So I am so naive and I'm so dumb. Like in my head, I was like, you mean she went to maroon because Maroon bought her food at the game yesterday? Bro, I dead ass thought, like, I did not think that my friend could really snake me like this, bro. Like, I did not think she would do anything that I'm about to tell you would really do this. Like, it just didn't cross my mind, because I feel like when I make friends with people, it's genuine, because I'm very genuine to them. So I just feel like it's gonna come back to you, right? Wrong. So I'm like, is it because she, like, Maroon bought her food yesterday? And he's like, no. And I'm like, okay, so then what happened? So he like not trying to tell me. He's not trying to tell me like what's going on. So I can't remember if he added Maroon to the call, because when we was like in 11th grade, we used to have these conference calls and we would be up all night. So like it wasn't like random for him to add somebody to the call. So I was like, so I think Maroon was added to the call, right? And they're both not trying to tell me like what happened. I was really confused. Like, I was like, you know what? I literally told them, you know what? When y'all get y'all story together, when you get it in check, then come find me. And I hang up. So I'm like, what? Like, what is going on? Like, at this point, I'm just really confused. All I know is that whatever they got to tell me involves Pink. And I don't know why I didn't put 2 and 2 together to equal 4, but I just didn't. Sorry. So then Red calls me back. So I'm like, okay, hey, like, what's going on? He was like, do you really want to know what happened? I said, well, yeah, nigga, like, duh, like, you done already told me a little bit, like, I need to know everything. So he's like, Pink had sex with Maroon. I don't even know like how I reacted. Like when I heard it, I was like, my first reaction, like when he said that, I was like, did they do anything else? Did she give him head? Like, what else? He was like, well, Red was like, well, I don't know all of that, but I just know that they had sex. I was like, okay, Red, thank you. And I hung up. So my natural instinct to do is to call up Pink and ask her, like, is this true? Like, is this information that I got valid? Is it a good source? You know what I'm saying? So I'm calling Pink, and as I'm calling Pink, Blue is like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm gonna call her and ask her. He's like, don't call her. So I hang up. Then she calls me. Pick up the phone. Blue is like, don't say nothing crazy. Like, don't go off on her. Don't go off on her. I'm like, okay, cool. Okay. So I'm on the phone with her. I'm like, hey, Pink. Mind you, I'm sorry, y'all. This story time is all over the place, but I have to backtrack a little bit. That exact morning, before everything started, before Blue came to my house, I have to let y'all know that she was supposed to come over to my house and learn a dance, but she ended up telling me she couldn't come over because I don't think she had a ride, or like something where like her parents wouldn't let her out. So I was like, it's okay, cool, we'll learn the dance later. Keep that information in mind. So I was like, so back to what we was talking about. So as I'm picking up the phone, I'm like, hey, Pink. And she's like, hey, what's up? I'm like, oh, nothing. Like, I didn't even know what to say, but I knew I had to keep it cool, cute and cool. Okay, the 2 C's, cute and cool. So I'm on the phone. I'm like, hey, like, Pink, like, you good? Da, da, da. She's like, yeah. So I'm like, hey, you and Maroon are cool, right? Like, y'all cool. She's like, yeah. I was like, okay. She's like, why you asking? I said, oh, no, like, no reason. I'm just asking, like, y'all cool, right? She was like, yeah. And she was like, Lord, like, what's going on? I'm like, oh, nothing, like, oh, nothing. But if you have to tell me something, let me know. So she's like, what's going on? What's going on? Like, I'm like, nothing. But if you have to tell me something, let me know. So I don't know how like the phone cut off, but the phone cut off. Cool. She's calling me and I'm not answering. That's what it was. She's calling me, blowing up my phone, and I'm not answering. Because now at this rate, I think she knows that she got caught and she don't want me to be mad. But it's like, at this rate, just tell the truth. The truth will set you free. Sort of. So I end up going upstairs and I'm like, my sister's like, and I'm talking to Blue. I'm like, I'm not answering the phone. Like, I don't want her to lie to me. Like, I just want her to be straight up. Cool. So my sister comes into the play and she's like, what's going on? And I tell her, well, Pink, had sex with Maroon. And she's like, well, call her back and call her out, basically. I'm like, okay, if my sister gave me the green light, I'm gonna go, okay? So I call her back and I'm like, so you had sex with Maroon? Y'all, I kid y'all not. Why did this girl lie to me? Like, why did she lie to me? She literally, that ass, y'all, was like, it just coming up with lies. And I'm just looking at the phone like, what? Y'all gotta understand, like, I already knew, because I knew Red wouldn't lie to me like that, and I just knew. And I came to find out that it was true, and I'm gonna tell y'all. But I'm like, so you really lying to me? I said, one thing about me, I could lie to my parents, but I would never lie to my friends. Like, I really told her that, because that is really true. And at that time, like, I was kind of bad. So my parents didn't really know what was going on. So I was really like, you really lying to me. I said, what did I ever do to you that you would do something like you would really snake me like that? You know what I'm saying? And she's like, I guess she's seen Blue in the background, and she's like, I'm like, he can be at my house if he wants to. At the end of the day, this is my friend. She's like, oh, I'm gonna come to your house right now. Wait, y'all remember when I told y'all she couldn't come to my house in the beginning? I said, you're not coming to my house. Now you want to come to my house and be molding stuff and make things good. It ain't good over here, bro. Like, you snaked me. Like, bye. I'm like, you're not coming over. Like, you're not coming over. He's like, what? She's going off. Like, now she's mad because Blue is there and she feel like Blue is the one that told me. And I'm like, Blue ain't even the one that told me. Don't worry about who told me, but he's not the one. Because it's true, Blue really did not tell me. So I was like, so who's next? You gonna fuck so-and-so? You gonna do this to so-and-so? Like, who's next? Go, 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 go. Who's next? Like, I was like, cuz, what's going on? Like, what are you going through? Like, what? So, yeah, I hang up the phone on her, and I'm more like in disbelief that, like, this really happened to me. I end up calling Maroon, but he didn't pick up because he was at work. But he then calls me back. I'm like, hello? Like, I didn't even know how to feel, because it's like, at the end of the day, oh, and if I didn't let y'all know, like, me and Maroon ended up being, like, we were best friends after the whole, like, oh, like, he liked me, we ended up being best friends. So, like, I still couldn't even believe that, like, you would do something like that to me. Like, you my best friend, Pink is my friend. Like, why would y'all do that to me? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would y'all do that? So I called him, I was like, so, like, you really fuck Pink? And he's like, and y'all, like, this nigga did not care about my feelings, not one bit, bro. He was like,
yeah, you should have known how your friend was.
What? I should have what? Mind you, I'm just quiet. Like, I'm just really quiet. And I was like, oh. And he's like,
well, I hope I can talk to you soon.
And I'm in my head, I'm like, you're not talking to me. Like, what are you on? Like, what are you on? So I ended up hanging up on him. Mind you, Blue is still at my house. And I just was like, you know what? I didn't even know how to feel. So, you know, I called my best friend. She's at a track meet. So I'm like, dang. So I call her and she's like, bro, like, I'm telling her, bro, you won't believe what just happened. And she's like, girl, what? No, let me stop. But I ended up telling her everything that happened, and she was like, oh, so that's why Pink texted me. So basically, Pink tried to get the story to my best friend before I could get it to her so she could, you know, plead her case. Hey, baby, this ain't court. You ain't pleading nothing, okay? So I was just like, in my head, I was just like, why would she do that? Like, you got caught, like, you did bad, and now you want to rectify it by telling my best friend before, like, I could tell her. Mind y'all gotta understand, my best friend was cool with, like, a lot of people. She was really popular, so, like, her and Pink were friends. But me and my best friend, like, we like this, not like this, we like this. So I tell her everything, and I know everything about her. So I just felt some type of way, like, why would Pink try to, like, you know, try to plead her case before I get to, so she don't look like the bad person. So yeah, and I'm just telling her, I'm like, did this really just happen? Like, I'm still in shock about it, y'all. And I'm just like, wow, this really happened. And I was really sad because, you know, Maroon was supposed to be my prom date because I knew nobody was gonna ask me. So I had to set it up, you know what I'm saying? So it didn't look like, you know, I ain't had nobody. Cause I really wanted a date to prom. Cause it was just like, I ain't never had no boyfriend before. I ain't never had no date to no little dance. Like, can I have just something once? I'm saying, cool. And he was cool with that. So I was just like in a state of like, wow, like this really happened to me. I was really, really sad. But you know the crazy thing is, I did not cry till the next week, Thursday. Y'all, I did not cry till then. I held my head up high when I went to school. I just couldn't let nobody see me sweat, bro. Like, I couldn't. I really couldn't, you know. And the moral of the story is, even when you're really good to people, they will still treat you dirty. Like, you really just gotta, like, I'm not gonna lie to you, you just gotta do you. Like, you gotta be your person. You really gotta just be who you are and be nice to people, regardless of what people are gonna bring towards you. I'm sorry, y'all, the camera cut off. But basically what I was just saying is just do you, no matter what, to support your peace and happiness and keep it woosah, okay? But if you guys enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Follow all of my social medias. They will be in the description box down below. And yeah, oh yeah, and remember, don't do anything I want to do. Bye, y'all.